Mobile water, unique in every way.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Hashtag Stop Galamsey Now.
Let the water flow. I will speak to him directly. President John Dramani Mahama. Yellow blood do.
The Midday News is live on Joy 99.7 and Hit 103.9 FM here in Accra. We are on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, myjoyonline.com, and affiliate in all 16 regions of Ghana, including Kekeli FM Ho, Bishara Radio Tamale, KTU Radio Kofodia, Oyo City Radio Takrady, and Castle FM Cape Coast. We are live on X Spaces, Facebook, and YouTube. The Midday News is supported by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. Coming up. Another major confrontation looms in Parliament today as both the majority and the minority signal readiness for a repeat of yesterday's disorderly scenes on the floor.
So what we are saying, we have stated it, and tomorrow we know that other things will be going. We will advise ourselves what is going to happen.
They will meet greater force, because if you share our numbers, we'll match them 2-1. And so if they want, they should come. We are ready for them. We will not allow them to disrupt government business. That's why we will not allow.
Amid the chaos, lawmakers pushed through an unprecedented 21 budget allocations, many of them passed with little to no scrutiny. We have reactions from Ghanaians who are strongly condemning the conduct by the MPs, describing it as unacceptable and deeply disgraceful.
In fact, I feel embarrassed and I feel ashamed that people we describe as honorable members are the ones engaged in this kind of activities.
And with today's sitting expected to test the authority of the Speaker, we'll take you live there for a build-up to Parliamentary meeting today. Also ahead, the Supreme Court dismisses an application by the Chief Executive Office of Men's Gold seeking to overturn a High Court order directing him to open his defense.
Today, the law lords have refused his application because he sought the court to give him a special leave so that they will halt the trial at the High Court. But today, the court said no.
Details as aggrieved customers of the defunct company welcome the Apex Court's decision. In sports.
Sports Minister Kofi Adams calls on the USA, Mexico and Canada to relax visa conditions for Ghanaians ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
And in our Drive Safe campaign, we hear from commercial drivers who admit to taking alcohol and other hard drugs, a practice they acknowledge is contributing to the rise in road crashes across the country. These and more with me, Pearl Ofori. This is Joy News, independent, fearless and credible. This afternoon, Parliament is bracing for another turbulent sitting today as both the NDC majority and NPP minority threaten a repeat of yesterday's chaotic confrontation that brought proceedings to a standstill. The leadership on both sides have taken entrenched positions on the declaration of the Pandai seat vacant following a ruling by a Tamale High Court on an election dispute brought against the NPP candidate Matthew Nyindam, who had won the seat about a year ago. Well, the uproar did not only disrupt deliberation but also created conditions under which an unprecedented 21 budget allocations were approved. Many of them hurriedly passed with minimal or no scrutiny. James Savaji captured the scenes.
At about 12:30 p.m., First Deputy Speaker Bernard Ahiafo gavelled in the House for start of business. Just after the correction of voting proceedings for the previous sitting, Minority Chief Whip Frank Anodompre sprang to his feet under Order 43 to make an urgent statement against the letter declaring the Pandai seat vacant.
We are totally against it. In this house, we have worked in collaboration and in cooperation with our colleagues in the majority. Even where you don't have your numbers, we have allowed you to lay papers and do all manner of things. This decision will not stay. This decision will not stay. And Speaker, we humbly call upon you to instruct the clerk. The clerk must be instructed forthwith to withdraw that letter and act according to law. I shall submit.
But this was only the beginning of a day-long protest compelling the First Deputy Speaker, Bernard Ahiafo, to suspend sitting for a while for heads to cool off.
Honorable members, I will suspend sittings for 5 minutes, and I expect to see the leaders of the House at the lobby.
When the House returned after over an hour, the agitations escalated even more, with the minority members resorting to banging of tables and noisy chants when the Speaker announced that the majority must also be allowed to make a statement on the matter.
And we are telling you this, Chief, we'll get it. Government business will suffer, and you are going to suffer.
At this point, Speaker Alban Bagbin moved in to save the situation. But after several failed attempts to call the minority to order, Speaker Bagbin employed Order 1263 of the Standing Orders of the House and rose to his feet to compel all members to immediately sit in silence. But this was not a lasting solution. The minority got even more agitated as they moved to fill the median of the floor to cause more distraction, escalating into a brawl between the two sides.
Total chaos, total breakdown of order here on the floor of Parliament. Looks like a scuffle between the minority MP, Honorable Stephen, who they popularly call Sticker, Stephen Amwa, there in a scuffle with another minority MP. None of the MPs will listen to the Speaker. At every now and then, an MP just flew into the air. The document on the table of the clerk of the House.
In the midst of the chaos, however, the Speaker and the majority leadership are shielded in silence and focus as they conduct a number of government businesses regardless, approving a total of 21 budget allocations to various ministries, agencies and departments in excess of 47 billion Ghana cedis.
Mr. Speaker, I applied wisdom. And that is why I can now confidently say that the NDC has been successful today.
But as far as the minority is concerned, all businesses conducted are null and void. Habibi Drisu is First Deputy Minority Whip.
And there is no single business that has happened today because the parliamentary proceeding, you have been covering parliamentary proceedings. Have you ever seen that they have taken the maize from its original position while parliamentary businesses are? So what we are saying, we have stated it, and tomorrow we know that other things will be going. We will advise ourselves what is going to happen.
They will meet greater force because if you share our numbers, we'll match them 2-1. And so if they want, they should come. We are ready for them. We will not allow them to disrupt government business. That's why we will not allow.
The House resumes Wednesday afternoon for another possible showdown over the Pandai seat vacancy saga. James Savaji, Parliament House, Accra.
Well, outside Parliament, public anger is mounting. Many Ghanaians are expressing disappointment over the conduct of the MPs, calling the scenes disgraceful and a betrayal of the nation's democratic expectations.
In fact, I feel embarrassed and I feel ashamed that people we describe as honorable members are the one engaged in this kind of activities. In fact, each and every one of us are qualified to be in Parliament, but we have given our mandate to these elected individuals to represent us, make laws in the interest of the citizens and the nation. And
I think what's going on is not right. These are leaders that we look up to, so that we, the young ones, come in, we'll be able to, hold the mantle. And when we see them in this manner, it's very, very down. It's down of them to be showing this kind of attitude. Whatever.
Well, on the Super Morning Show today, NDC stalwart Dr. Tony Edu slammed the MPs for their conduct and said they do not even deserve to be called honorables.
since 1992. I feel very sorry that this our democracy has not endured to the benefit of the ordinary people. All that it has done is to create a minority class of parasites, people sitting on the neck of the people who vote them into power, to cream off, not attending to national interest but party interest. This is very bad. You were there to serve the national interest, not to serve your party or individual or class interests. The political divide. We have seen conduct that has become too much, unbecoming. Parliament is not a marketplace for you to go and filibust in a manner that is not honorable. All the people who took part should be stripped of their honorable title. They are not honorable. They are dishonorable people.
Let's take you live to Pandai and hear from residents and speak to Martina Bugri. She's our correspondent there. Martina, a day after the chaotic scenes in Parliament, how are residents reacting to what happened?
So for the people of Pandai, they want anything that would be generating and create tension or confusion in their community. They want everything go quietly, and then when that day comes for them to vote, they go and vote. Yesterday, a group of chiefs led by the chief of Pandai held a press conference to remind the political parties, both the NDC and the MPP, that peace was a very important tool for them. They didn't want anything that would create confusion in the constituency. They urged everybody to work together, respect the processes that is being taken through to get everything done so that they can have peace and not disturb the stable constituency they have currently.
Martina Bugri, thank you so much for that update. Well, in the next few hours, Parliament is expected to reconvene for today's meeting, but with the promise of a repeat of yesterday's confrontation. And how was Parliament bracing for it? A Parliamentary Affairs correspondent, Kuku Asante, is there for us. But right now I have James Aveji, who witnessed yesterday's chaos. James, how did the confrontation affect the business of the House yesterday?
Well, Pearl, the confrontation did not affect parliamentary business in any way because as at when all of this was ongoing, a total of 21 different budget allocations were approved for the various ministries, agencies and departments, amounting to some 47 billion Ghana cedis. Now, here are the big shots. The Lands Ministry had 2.18 billion Ghana cedis approved. Ministry of Finance had 4.6 billion. Ministry of Food and Agriculture 3.37 billion. The Interior Ministry had 12.57 billion Ghana cedis approved. Energy Ministry 3.93. Ministry of Defense 10.77 billion. Environment Ministry had 1.34. All the way to the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice 677 million, with the Judicial Service getting 1.09 billion Ghana cedis approved.
James Aveji, thank you so much for that update. We can now speak to our Parliamentary Affairs correspondent, Kweku Asante. Kweku, how was Parliament looking like ahead of today's meeting?
Well, I'm standing right in the middle of chamber. I see a number of the NPP MPs have already come in. The chief whip who led the controversy and the other side's disagreement with the speaker decision yesterday is already seated. He's in black. Our understanding is that a lot of the NPP MPs are going to come in today wearing black as well. Habibi Idrisu, the deputy whip yesterday, making it clear that as far as they are concerned, this obstruction to protect the decision of Parliament to declare the seat as vacant will continue until the Speaker reverses course on that matter. Also, as you know, the Speaker has indicated that he will give a ruling on this matter. As to whether he will do so today or tomorrow by the close of the week, that is what we are waiting for. So we are shaping up to seeing perhaps the same scene that we witnessed in Parliament yesterday.
Kweku Asante with the latest from Parliament. Well, we know that this is not the first time the parliamentarians are engaging in such conduct on the floor. Lead data analyst will join you. Isaac Kufieje is joining me with a brief background. Isaac, what do we know about such confrontations on the floor of Parliament?
In the context of goodness of it, we can confirm that we've had about 4 major instances of fiscal brawls in Ghana's Parliament in the last 5 years. 2 actually in 2021 and 2 in 2025. So remember, January 7, 2021, the election of the speaker resulted in chaos. Up to date, we don't have any formal investigation committee that was formed on that. There was 20th December 2021. That was the midnight brawl over the e-levy passage as well. For that one too as well, we've not seen any formal investigation that went into the February 1st, 2025, which was the fiscal allocation in the appointments committee, which, remember there was a committee that was actually set up to investigate. The speaker actually suspended 4 MPs, but findings are yet to be made public, and the current one that happened, just yesterday, which we are yet to know what the speaker is going to do, what Parliament is going to do about it. So we can confirm that we've had 4 major, fiscal brawls in Parliament since 2021.
Our lead data analyst with Joy News, Isaac Ofori, speaking to us. Now, meanwhile, on the ground in Pandai, the chief, Nana Bristiam Okori Atosa II, and his sub-chiefs are urging calm and respect for the judicial process amid the ongoing dispute. Northern Regional Correspondent Martina Bugri has this report.
Chief of Pandai emphasized the importance of maintaining peace, unity, and stability in the constituency, discouraging actions or statements that may escalate into tension.
We also acknowledge and recognize that an appeal is currently underway and the matter remains before the courts. We urge all stakeholders, including political parties, traditional leaders, the general public, and the youth in particular, to respect the judicial process and allow the courts to determine the final outcome without any interference. We discourage any action or statement that may escalate tension or undermine the rule of law.
He said the people of Pandai deserve leadership that prioritizes progress, harmony, and well-being.
Well, away from the issues regarding Pandai, the Ghana and Israel diplomatic tensions are escalating as Ghana is signaling a sharp diplomatic pushback against Israel after the Ministry of Foreign Affairs accused Israeli authorities of inhumane and traumatic treatment of Ghanaian travelers entering the country. In an unusually strongly worded statement, the government said it is considering appropriate reciprocal action following the detention and deportation of 7 Ghanaian nationals, including 4 members of the parliamentary delegation attending an international cybersecurity conference in Tel Aviv. Joy News editor Fred Smith joins me in the studio with more details from the Foreign Affairs Ministry. What are the details, Fred?
Well, the government noted in that statement that the incident at Ben Gurion International Airport since Sunday, December 7, 2025 is considered as unfairly targeting Ghanaian travelers and accordingly conveys its strong reservations against the humiliating treatment of Ghanaian citizens. Now, the statement goes on to acknowledge the cordial relations both countries have enjoyed for more than 6 decades, with considerable high volumes of unimpeded travel by citizens of both countries. And therefore, they say this condemnable conduct is extremely provocative, unacceptable, and inconsistent with the friendly historical relations. The ministry further states that it finds a justification from the Israeli government being an alleged non-cooperation of the Ghanaian embassy in the deportation of Ghanaians in Israel as totally untenable, as the facts confirm that the Ghanaian mission in Tel Aviv has been responsive and compliant with international laws. The ministry therefore is summoning officials of the Israeli embassy in Accra to convey its displeasure in the strongest possible term, but the government of Ghana is also considering appropriate reciprocal action.
Thank you very much, Fred. Well, this is the second time in 10 months that diplomatic tensions have flared between Ghana and Israel. The first occurred when the Israeli embassy in Accra publicly expressed disappointment over Ghana's decision to abstain from an international atomic energy vote on a declaration accusing Iran of breaching its nuclear non-proliferation obligations. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs subsequently summoned officials of the Israeli embassy for clarification. Mr. Roy Gilad, Israeli ambassador to Ghana, was on PM Express with Evans Mensah 5 months ago. Listen to what he said.
Israel is a good friend of Ghana. And your good friend is coming and telling you there is another state, which happens to be a member of the UN, which is threatening us, which calls publicly for the elimination, for the destruction of the state of Israel, and at the same time trying to develop a weapon to fulfill this wish. then we expect you to support us. And look, Ghana didn't vote against it, as did Russia and China and Burkina Faso, as you said before. We thought Ghana could hear, as you did in 2005, 20 years ago. We thought Ghana can repeat this mode of vote. Look, maybe because Ghana now is the chair, and in 2005 you were not your chair, maybe this is the reason for the change. We were disappointed, but look, disappointment is something that happens often. Sometimes we are disappointed with the Americans, sometimes the Americans are disappointed by us. Disappointment is not something that should, God forbid, cast a shadow on the bilateral relationship. Israel is a good friend.
You're listening to the Midday News here on Joy 99.7. Still ahead, Supreme Court dismisses an application by Chief Executive Officer of Men's Gold seeking to overturn a High Court order directing him to open his defense.
Today, the law lords have refused his application because he sought the court to give him a special leave so that they will halt the trial at the High Court. But today, the court said no.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Dear Santa, I don't want a lot this holiday. All I want this holiday is on DSTV, so I can watch all my favorite kids shows on Cartoon Network, Nick Jr. and Nicktoons. Also, Daddy can watch all his football games, and Mommy can watch all her telenovelas.
Ho ho ho! No Bronya Coco this Christmas. Get yourself or gift that special person a DSTV decoder as a Christmas gift today at 89 Ghana cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Lucky's everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community will win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Joy 99.7 FM.
You're welcome back to the Midday News. It's time for sport, and I have Mubarak here. Mubarak.
Thank you very much, Pearl. The Sports and Recreation Minister, Kofi Adams, is urging the 2026 World Cup host nations to relax some formalities for fans planning to travel for the tournament. The USA, Mexico, and Canada will welcome the rest of the world from the 11th of June next year. According to the minister, it can be difficult for the ordinary Ghanaian fan to meet all the visa conditions ahead of the global showpiece.
I may be a sports fan and I may not have any tie to anybody. Yeah. So because I don't have a tie to anybody and I'm not married, I don't have kids in Ghana here, so I shouldn't go and watch the World Cup, something that gives me maybe joy. America believes in recreation. Yeah. America believes in rights of persons. And right to recreate is a right that must be respected. So you cannot continue to put so much restriction on persons who want to go and watch the World Cup. You must show proof of this, proof of that, proof of this, proof of that. Certain things must be relaxed because the person is not just going there. It's because the game that we all love is coming to your country.
That's the Sports and Recreation Minister, Kofi Adams. Back to you, Pearl.
Now, away from sports, let's take you to the court now. And the Supreme Court today struck out an application filed by Nana Appiah-Mensah, popularly known as Nam1, challenging a High Court ruling from last year, which ordered him to open his defense in the ongoing criminal trial. My colleague Fatal Bayaga was in court for us. Fatal, why did the Supreme Court strike out this application?
So, Pearl, the embattled Chief Executive Officer of Mensgo, Nana Appiah-Mensah, he returned to court today seeking the powers of the highest court in the country to overturn the determination of the High Court, of the Court of Appeal, upholding the ruling by an Accra High Court, which last year ordered Nam1 to open his defense in the ongoing trial. So, Nam1 is facing charges including sale of gold without a license, fraudulent breach of trust, defrauding by false pretense, among others. So in the Supreme Court's ruling today, they struck out this particular application and ordered him to return to the High Court to open his defense. The Supreme Court described his reasons as irrelevant. We can take a listen to the convener of the aggrieved customers of Mensgo, Frederick Forson, who says that the step or the decision of the court was a step in the right direction.
After the prima facie case was determined, we were very positive that the trial was going to go on smoothly. However, when the prima facie case was determined, Nam1 challenged the ruling of the courts at the Court of Appeal, and that was refused. And satisfied with the ruling from the Court of Appeal, he went further to the Supreme Court here. And we've been here for the past almost 1 year, and today the law lords have refused his application because he sought the court to give him a special leave so that they will halt the trial at the High Court. But today the court said no. And so what it means, our understanding is that the trial at the High Court can continue. And so today we also told that they will file their reasons on the 17th of this month. We shall go back to the High Court as was determined the last time on the 16th of this month, which is next week. So we are very happy and we appreciate what the court has done.
And time now for a Drive Safe campaign, and some commercial drivers have admitted to taking alcohol and other hard drugs, a practice they acknowledge is contributing to the rise in road crashes across the country. Latest figures by the National Road Safety Authority point to nearly 20% increase in road crash-related fatalities for this year compared to the same period last year. Speaking at an event to campaign against road crashes ahead of the Yuletide, some commercial drivers said they are prepared to change their ways. We can now take you to the Upper West region, and youth groups in Wa have declared war on drug abuse. They say they would work with security agencies to ensure anyone caught peddling tramadol and other abusive drugs faces the full rigors of the law. Correspondent Rafiq Salam has this report.
Statistics from the Upper West Regional Mental Health Unit of the Ghana Health Service reveals that between 2018 and 2020, 700 people suffered mental disorders resulting from drug abuse. Another study conducted in the region showed that 76% of those interviewed had abused tramadol, whilst 83.9% of them had at least taken one other related drug, with the age bracket hovering between 15 and 45. Unsatisfied of the continuous festering of the drug canker in the region, a concerned youth group in the one municipality calling themselves Jamaica Youth in collaboration with other youth groups in the municipality hit the streets to drum home the message on the dangers associated with opioids and other illicit drugs. Led by the founder of Jamaica Youth, Haj Asmin Al-Hassan, they spilled all principal sweeps and ended at the forecourt of the Jamaican Youth Camp unaddressed by their various leaders.
Border to border, we are giving you people warning to stop entering Upper West region in that drugs, especially the 225.
Those that are bringing drugs into the region and those that are into retailing of drugs, that you either stop or you face the law.
One reporting for Day News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
And it's time to do what's trending. Collins Trimborn is here today. What do we have
so,
in the news?
on X at the moment, yesterday's scenes at Parliament is trending number 2 with 2,600 posts in there. And let me read one last comment. It says that even primary 1 kids don't do this again. Kai.
And on that kind note, we end the midday news.